perfect weather for baseball tonight at Target Field. Game 2 between the Twins and the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Twins last night celebrating a win. Jim Thome celebrating being one step closer to the 600 home run mark. And for Milwaukee, Ryan Braun extending his hitting streak to a career high 21, two of the best in the game. Square off against one another in Game 2 here tonight. And I defy you to find better weather anywhere in the country than what we've got here at Target Field tonight. Dick Bremer along with Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven. And I defy you to find a team playing better at home right now than the Minnesota Twins.
You know, Dick, back in April and May, the Twins didn't find themselves at home very much. And they came into June at 5-16 here at Target Field. But since June 9th, they have been outstanding here at home. 11-2. Tied with the Philadelphia Phillies for the best home record. How have they done it? Well, good starting pitching. Combined over the 13 ball games, a 2.66 earned run average. It'll be Carl Pavano, hopefully, to do that again here tonight.
And the Twins will send Carl Pavano against Chris Narvis, and we've got the same pitching matchup we had in Milwaukee last weekend. Joe Mauer doing the catching for the designated hitting for the Twins here tonight, starting to swing a hot bat.
Yeah, good to see Joe Mauer. Remember when he first came up, from off the disabled, he was kind of turning everything over. Now it seems like all his hits are up the middle, the other way. 8 hits in his last 20 at-bats, driving in a run with a couple doubles.
Well, Carl Pavano starting for the Twins. That means a left-hander playing in center field for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's also a pretty good hockey player. Story of Nyjer Morgan when we come back. On Fox Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
An absolute beautiful night for baseball here in downtown Minneapolis. It's the Twins and the Brewers in Game 2 of this 3-game holiday weekend series on Fox Sports North. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Robbie Zbikowski. One of the funnier characters in all baseball is Nyjer Morgan, who's in the lineup tonight for the Milwaukee Brewers, batting second. But his background growing up in California doesn't involve just baseball. It involves hockey. And at a young age, Nyjer Morgan aspired to play professional hockey rather than baseball. He made it as high as the Regina Pats played major junior hockey out there on the West Coast. Nyjer Morgan became addicted to hockey at 7 years of age when he watched the 1988 Winter Olympics in Calgary. Told his dad He wanted to try out and play hockey. Turns out, kid had a lot of talent, but eventually, you know how it turned out, became a fabulous baseball player as well. When we come back, it's Carl Pavano against the Milwaukee Brewers. Braun and Fielder, can they hold them down again? Find out next. Stickenberg with first pitch next on Fox Sports North.
Early storm and overpowered the Brewers in the first game of the series. What kind of fireworks will Carl Pavano and company provide tonight? The Twins face off against Milwaukee's high-powered duo of Braun and Fielder tonight in Game 2. And all the action starts right now on Fox Sports North. And the Twins, who've done very well at home, will send Carl Pavano out on the mound, hoping that this run of good pitching that the Twins have had can continue.
You know, Dick, again, at one point this year in April and May, they were 5-16 at home. Now they're 17-17. Of course, they're back to 500. That's where they want to be as a ball club. They're 10 games under 500 because now they're 10 games under 500 on the road. So they need to continue to win here at home. Same thing that the Brewers have done. They've won at home, but they have struggled on the road, just 15-28 on the road. Ron Roenicke, the manager, his first season as the Brewers manager, off to a very good start, just one game behind the Cardinals in their division.
Here's the Menards batting order for the Brewers, losers of 4 straight. Ricky Weeks leading off. Former hockey player Nyjer Morgan batting second. Ryan Braun, Prince Fielder, Matt Gamble, the designated hitter, Yuniesky Betancourt, Mark Kotze, Jonathan Lucroy, and Craig Counsell.
Carl Pavano making his 17th start, his second straight start against the Milwaukee Brewers. They beat him up his last start in Milwaukee. He's had success here at Target Field on the season this year. He's 3-1 in 6 starts, and over the last couple of years since this beautiful place opened up, 20 starts, 11-5 with a 3.38 ERA. Key to Pavano, work both sides of the plate. He's not going to strike out a lot of guys. He did pick up his 1,000th strikeout in his last start, but Pavano's pitched over 1,600 innings. He knows he's going to have bad outings like he did last time. He knows he's got to work both sides of the plate and then change speeds.
Twins defensively have Jason Repko in left, Ben Revere in center, Michael Cuddyer in right. Danny Valencia had a good game in the field last night. Yoshioka and Casilla up the middle. Luke Hughes at first. Drew Butera doing the catching. You talked about this beautiful place. It has never looked more beautiful than tonight. My goodness, just perfect weather for baseball. And I'll sit through 10 games like last night with 2-hour rain delays just to experience one like this. What a magnificent night for baseball.
Well, you know, even though the rain came and there's a 2-hour delay, it's still a 2.5-hour ball game. The great firework display the Twins put on last night. But no, this is a beautiful ballpark. And again, the ground crew led by Larry DeVito. What a job they did last night. And one of the most beautiful fields in all of baseball right here at Target Field.
Ricky Weeks, Nyjer Morgan, Ryan Braun lined up to face Carl Pavano here in the first inning. And a first pitch strike. Weeks likely will find out tomorrow his all-star status. Very likely he's going to be the all-star starter in the National League at second base. Strike two.
That'll be his first all-star appearance if he is selected. 28 years old in his 8th season with the Brewers. Brewers #1 pick back in 2003. Got some power out of that leadoff spot. 14 home runs.
Foul back to the screen. Brewers are expected to have the starting first baseman, second baseman, and left fielder for the National League in the All-Star game in Phoenix. Meaning Weeks, Fielder, and Braun. Fouled away. Still 2 strikes.
Pavano in his last start was beat by the Brewers 6-2 on June 26th. Chris Naverson, the starter here this afternoon for the Brewers, hooked up with Pavano.
Just missed the inside corner. 1-2. Mentioned the Brewers have lost 4 straight. It's been a costly losing streak for them because while they've lost 4 straight, the Cardinals have won 4 straight. And so the Brewers had a 3-game lead in the division. Now they're down by a game. High fly, right field. Cuddyer with the catch, 1 away. Twins baseball brought to you on this gorgeous Saturday night in gorgeous Sony high definition.
I see Cuddyer with the sunglasses as the sun is setting here. Ben Revere and Michael Cuddyer kind of in the sun. Repko out in left field a little bit in the sun. See the shadow right around the pitchers. And I like that they made that pitcher's eye, you know, completely black now. You don't hear the hitters complaining anymore about not picking up the ball.
Morgan at the plate taking inside ball 1. You can see with Revere's shadow right behind him, the toughest field here would appear to be center field because Revere's looking right into the sun, and then the ball leaving home plate in the shadows. I would imagine it's a challenge this time of night for a center fielder. And Morgan steps up the box, takes a strike.
That's simple as a pitcher. Don't let him hit it to center.
Okay. I didn't know you guys had that much control out there.
Of course we did. Well, we highlighted Morgan as a hockey player, pretty good hockey player.
2-2.
I played with Kirk McCaskill with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. He was a very good hockey player. Justin Morneau, of course, played hockey.
Two and 2. Tapper right side. Pavano will stay put. Hughes makes the play himself. Tom Glavine, I believe, was a really good hockey player and had a chance of playing professionally.
Corey Koski.
2 down, and that'll bring up Ryan Braun.
Jeff Reardon said he was a hockey player too, but he
really?
did everything. He was a basketball player, could have played in the NFL. Yeah, he did it all. Yeah, we believed him too.
A 5-sport star.
Yeah. Couldn't even play checkers.
2 down, and Braun, the hitter, bringing a 21-game hitting streak into the game. Never had so much as a 12-game hitting streak before, and he's had 3 long streaks this year. And strike one.
Yeah, you know what? He's taking it the right approach, too. Nice little article in the paper about Ryan Braun, about the way that he's going about this hitting streak. He just said, you know what? It happens. I'm enjoying it. I'm not putting pressure on myself. And he said, that guy Joe DiMaggio, that's quite an amazing story, the 56-hit game hitting streak.
Nishioka digs out a rocket, throws to first. And Pavano has a 1-2-3 first. To the 500 mark, and hoping to pay the Brewers back for the sweep they suffered in Milwaukee last weekend. The Menards batting order has Ben Revere leading off, Alexi Casilla, Joe Mauer, Michael Kadire, Danny Valencia, Luke Hughes, Jason Repko, Drew Butera, and Tsuyoshi Nishioka.
And left-handed starter Chris Narveson on the mound, making his 17th start, as Pavano is this evening. His third career start against the Twins, his first here at Target Field. He's 2-0 against the Twins, making his 50th career start. Last night it was Gallardo making his 100th career start. Here Narveson making his 50th major league start. 19 wins, 14 losses.
Revere takes a strike, then a ball, 1-1.
Not an overpowering fastball, pretty good control, sharp little cut fastball. He'll throw a big slider and a changeup.
1-2. Casilla and Mauer to follow. And Revere dumps it toward left field, but Betancourt retreats to make the catch, one away. Check out the Brewers out in the field. Brought to you by Northland Ford. Ryan Braun at left. Nigel Morgan gets center field. Mark Kotze in right. Counsell Betancourt, Weeks fielder. And then behind the plate again tonight, Jonathan Lucroy. All right.
Matt Gamble's
at first base and not Prince Fielder.
Yeah, the lineup card had Fielder at first and Gamble DHing.
I did not see the on-deck circle during Braun's at bat, but I'm assuming Fielder is DHing. 2-0 to Alexi Casilla. Casilla said tonight before the game, he told me his thumb feels a whole lot better tonight. Extra day to let it heal, and now he's got a 3-0 count with Mauer on deck. Right down the middle, 3-1.
Narveson, a left-handed pitcher, kind of a short armor. He'll get to that balance point, and then a very short arm in the back, and then there's the pop.
And Casilla lines one sharply to left for a 1-out single. So that'll get Mauer to the plate with a man aboard.
Good solid swing. You're going to guess fastball. You don't want to walk that second guy. Casilla got the fastball and lined it in the left field. Narveson fell behind in the count. He paid the price.
And now Mauer, the designated hitter. It's expected that he will catch in tomorrow's game. Ron Gardenhire did mention this afternoon that there was some thought that Mauer would make his first base debut tonight. Luke Hughes, in retreating on the foul ball late in the ball game last night, banged his knee against the wall. They were concerned that Hughes wouldn't be able to play tonight. But Luke Hughes said no, he's good to go. But apparently one of the options, if not the main option for the Twins tonight, would have had Mauer starting at first base. As it is, he's the designated hitter. Inside, 1-1.
8 hits in his last 20 at-bats for Joe Mauer, and a lot of them up the middle and the other way. Typical Joe Mauer type swings. For a while there, we saw him rolling everything over. They were throwing him a lot of breaking balls. He's turning it over into second base and first base.
Well, Ron Gardenhire offered an interesting theory about that today. He said Mauer's time in Fort Myers hurt him in the sense that you're facing Class A pitchers down there who really are struggling to command the strike zone and throw it over the plate. Again, suggesting that long term Joe might have been better served spending some time in AAA, getting facing pitching that was closer to major league caliber pitching. Because you can have an at bat down in Fort Myers and you might have a long at bat, but you're not going to get major league caliber strikes to swing at. Dribbled up the line, foul, 2-2. Trying to do what they did last night, put a crooked number up in the first inning. Mauer started the 3-run rally last night, slashing a single to left field. A couple of plate appearances later, Thome unloaded a 3-run home run. 2-2. And a swinging strikeout of Mauer for the second out.
Yeah, the big curveball right there by Narveson, and Mauer way out front. Pretty good pitch. Look at this ball start at Joe and then working the outside part of the plate. Pitcher's pitch.
So 2 down. Casilla at first, Cuddyer at the plate.
Well, Narveson is 84th strikeout in 92 innings pitched.
A low throw, and Gamble has to lunge to make the catch. Well, Cuddyer's season of destruction against left-handed pitching continues. He's hitting .360 with 6 of his 10 home runs against left-handed pitching.
And 2 for 5 lifetime against Narveson.
Up and away, ball 1. And the hope is here, at least, that Michael Cuddyer has a big thrill awaiting him tomorrow when the All-Star game announced. 1-0 to the Twins right fielder. 1-1.
A little over a week before that All-Star game, Michael Cuddyer like to pad those numbers just a little bit. 10 home runs on the year, 30 runs driven in, hitting at .283.
Gamble at first base just called up with the Brewers playing DH style baseball. They wanted an extra bat on the bench, and tonight have him at first base. Down and away, and it's 2-1.
Well, Cuddyer over his last 41 ball games hitting .222. Started off the season very slowly, but has really picked it up.
Three and one with Valencia on deck. Well, all the bullet points about Narveson we mentioned last weekend are still valid today. He's had a problem giving up some big innings. He did a nice job not doing that against the Twins last weekend in Milwaukee.
He's given up 7 home runs on the year in 16 starts.
And now he's put 2 aboard here for Valencia, who of all the Twins hitters that faced him last weekend, Valencia had maybe the 2 best at bats. Got a triple and a warning track fly ball. He hit the ball pretty hard against Narveson twice. First and second, 2 away. Valencia driving in his 37th run of the season last night. And he too's done much better against lefties and righties, hitting over 300 versus lefties. Strike on the outside corner. Tonight's game marks the halfway point of the Twins season. This is game 81 of 162. It's blocked by Lucroy. First and second, and now a 1-1 count to Valencia.
Narveson making his first career start here or appearance here at Target Field. So far on the road, this is his 9th start of the year on the road. He's just 1-3 with an ERA at almost 5. So he has pitched better at Miller Park than on the road.
Up and away, 2-1.
As the sun is setting now, it's right near that pitcher's mound. We didn't see this in April and May in day games.
We didn't see it in Milwaukee. Cloudy. Didn't see it in Milwaukee either. They closed the roof enough to where we wouldn't have the shadow issue. And now it's 3-1 to Valencia. Braun and some of the Brewer hitters asked that in these conditions the roof closed to the point where they would not have to deal with shadows at home plate. Luke Hughes on deck. Twins trying to put together an inning here in the first.
Well, Danny should get a pinch to hit right here.
Lines it to left, a base hit. Yep. Casilla around third. They're waving him in, and Braun double clutches and flips it back to the infield. And Valencia gives the Twins the first lead.
That's 38th RBI of the year. That leads the club in RBIs. So Danny Valencia worked the count. Narveson fell behind, as he did Alexi Casilla. He got the base hit on a 3-1 pitch. This is a fastball hit in the hole in the left field. Braun charged it, but decided to get that ball back in. Casilla with 2 outs. He's off with a crack of the bat, and he scores the first run for the Twins. The Twins again take an early lead.
And now Luke Hughes. Swing and a miss. Now Braun has had some left shoulder issues, but he almost played that. Treated it like he was having some issues with his throwing arm. One strike to Hughes. Two strikes. Well, in each first inning, we don't know where this one's going to lead for the Twins, but the 3-run first inning yesterday and the 1-run scored so far here today, the walk that Michael Cuddyer drew last night and again here tonight has been a big walk. Bounce to third. Council goes the short way and ends the inning. The Twins get a couple of singles, a walk, and the game's first run. Brought to you by Pentair. Doesn't look like there's a cloud between here and Milwaukee. Gorgeous night for baseball. And Ron Comer, Carl Pavano's got an early 1-0 lead to work with.
He does. And, you know, as you said, it is an absolute beautiful night here at Target Field. You know, the one thing in looking at the field right now, you look at Carl Pavano. He's in the sunlight, and the hitter is all in shadows. So it's kind of an odd time. The one thing I was looking at last night in the ballgame is how Lariano had to mix things up against these two guys, Fielder and Braun. And tonight, you know, I'm interested to see if Carl switches the way he pitches these guys, not only in and out, back and forth, but each at bat if he changes up his routine. Bert, did you ever do that when you get two guys that are that good, and especially in RBI situations?
Yeah, you really have to change it up, but also the scoreboard dictates a lot how you're going to pitch certain guys. Like Fielder, I mean, I talked to Carl Pavano after his last start in Milwaukee. He was very unhappy with the control, especially on the inner half of the plate to some of the left-handed hitters. You know, and then he just was not happy working both sides of the plate. And when he got that ball like that right there, he just didn't get it in far enough. And, you know, allows that fielder, like a strong guy like Fielder, to get the barrel of the bat out quickly, Ron.
Yeah, right. To me, Carl, he gets such good movement on his two-seamer. When he tries to come in, and that was a pitch I had to see, or you saw Maddox throw so well, you know, you really, to be effective, for a righty to throw that, or a lefty against the lefty, you have to start it at him. Yeah. You know, if he gets that pitch where he wants, these shadows are going to be tough for hitters to hit in right now.
You know, Ron, I don't know if you have a monitor down there, but Butera sat inside, and here's a ground ball double play, going to take him out of a little help pitcher's best friend. Well, Gamble comes up and hits into the double play, just called up from AAA. That's only his 13th at bat, and Pavano gets a big double play. But that's the 8th double play turn behind Pavano. But you know what? When your catcher sits in like Butera did right there as you turn, take a look at the double play. If you miss, you have to miss inside to a guy like Fielder. And Fielder took advantage of that ball that had the plate, and he hit it right back up the middle.
2 gone, Betancourt the hitter.
That's what you try to do, and that's what Pavano will try to do. You learn from your mistakes out on that mound, and I'm sure next time Fielder's up, he's going to tell himself, if I go in, I have to go hard in, because Fielder's a guy that's right on top of the plate.
Well, as bad as Pavano's numbers might have looked overall, He did have 4 shutout innings, and then the Brewers kind of caught up with him in the 5th and the 6th.
Because of location. He was not happy at the location.
Nishioka comes up firing.
He almost stepped on Danny Valencia, but able to get the speedy Betancourt.
And Pavano faces just 3 men in the 2nd. North is brought to you by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. And by AT&T. 1-0 Twins. They got a run in the first inning. We'll try for more in the second. Jason Repko, Drew Butera, and Tsuyoshi Nishioka to face Chris Narveson. Earlier today, the White Sox and Philip Humber won 1-0 over the Cubs. Indians beat the Reds again 3-1. And the Giants put 5 first-inning runs up against Rick Porcello. They lead Detroit 5-0. Repko bounces it foul, 1-1.
Narveson, too many pitches in that first inning. 27 pitches, 14 for strikes. Pavano's worked 2 shutout innings, given up 1 hit, but he's thrown only 20 pitches in 2 innings.
1-1 to Repko. And he bounces it to the third baseman Counsell. 1 down. Here's the Sanford Health injury report. Fausto Carmona left the game in the 3rd inning. He tripped running to first base after hitting into a fielder's choice, straining his right leg. On all this from someone who's one of the best athletes on the team.
So he did what he did, a Chuck Finley right there. That first base bag will get you every time. That's why you're just better off just striking out. It's a nice walk back to the dugout.
Are you speaking from experience at all?
Oh, yes. Yes.
1-0 to Drew Butera. And Nishioka will follow. It's hit to left center field, and that is going to land safely. And go all the way to the wall. Butera's got 2. Whoa. He'll hold up there.
Whoa.
So Butera cracks a double to the gap with 1 gone in the 2nd.
Yeah, Morgan, the center fielder, was shading him a little bit toward right center, so they had that big gap out there, and Butera found it. Even though this ball had some hang time, Morgan was not going to catch up to it. So Butera, a 1-out double, his 8th double of the year. Morgan gets it back in. 3rd hit for the Twins.
And now Nishioka. Nishioka had a good night at the plate last night and might find himself simply hitting 9th for a while. Where there's less pressure. Played well in the field. People who saw him play in Japan and have seen him over here have said he simply needs to relax a little bit. And there's no better place to relax in a lineup than number 9 in the lineup.
It's still hard for a young man that's coming over, doesn't know a lot of English.
Drilled to left and caught. by Ryan Braun. So Nishioka hit it hard, but right at the left fielder for out number 2.
Facing pitchers for the first time ever.
As part of our Fox Sports Supports charitable initiative, we're proud to wear pins during the 2011 season on Fox Sports North to support Stand Up to Cancer and its work to fund groundbreaking research that helps accelerate treatment to patients. For more information, visit standuptocancer.org/Fox Sports. 2 gone. Gutierrez still at second, and here's Ben Revere. A little chip shot toward left field, but Betancourt gloved it for the first out. Now back to the mound, knocked down by Narveson. Sets and fires, and he's safe. Wow. That is speed. An infield hit for Ben Revere.
Well, Narveson reaches out, knocks it down as quick as he can, gets up, makes a strong throw, and Ben Revere beat it out. Just good hustle down that line. Look at Revere. Doesn't give up. Hustling through the bag. That is called safe. It's a good hustle by Ben Revere.
We'll see what Casilla can do to make Revere's hustle pay off in terms of runs scored. Down low, ball 1.
Narveson fell behind Casilla in the first inning and got a 3-1 fastball, and that's what Casilla hit the left field.
2 hits in the first, 2 so far here in the second inning. Fouled away, 1-1. And the Twins can afford to have Nishioka hitting ninth because Casilla, although still streaky, has done a nice job hitting there in the second spot for the Twins from Memorial Day on. He and Revere did a great job when this Twins season started to turn around in early June. It's down the right field line, but it'll twist foul.
That's one thing you can't teach is speed. We saw Ben Revere's natural speed get him an infield base hit. Casilla the same thing, very quick with their legs. Get a lot of infield base hits.
Checked his swing. I think. Yep. Welke said he checked. It's 2-2.
Marty Foster behind the plate asking for help. Did he go too far? Casilla looked like he checked his swing.
Two and 2 for the Twins second baseman. Revere goes, and he'll go without a throw and advance to second base. Last night, Lucroy threw out Nishioka late in the ballgame. One of the few throwouts he's had. And Revere stole that easily.
I think what you're going to see, guys, is now guys are going to start going on first movement. He really doesn't hold his set at all. And he just kind of flies going home, kind of with a slide step. Guys are going to get a huge jump off him from first.
Bouncer, left side. Counsell has it. And on target across the diamond, the Twins strand 2. Still lead 1-0. Is brought to you by Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. That's the Mill City Museum located on the Mississippi Riverfront, downtown Minneapolis. It was actually built into the ruins of what used to be the world's largest flour mill. It was destroyed in an explosion that was caused by flour dust. And it's a popular place to take kids because they can learn while they're having fun. They've got a water lab there, a baking lab. Depending on the day, it might be a black lab or a yellow lab there, too. A fun short movie, an observation deck with a great view of the Mississippi River. The Mill City Museum run by the Minnesota Historical Society. Mark Kotsay with 2 strikes leading off the 3rd inning.
Yeah, good fastball down and away, a pitcher's pitch, and then the changeup at 80 miles an hour from Pavano. Kotsay in his first season with the Brewers, his 15th major league season. 7 different major league teams Mark Kotsay has played for.
And Pavano strikes him out on 3.
Great changeup right there. Great location. Pavano, watch Butera, and then Kotsay swinging at a ball, but a strikeout.
Coming up tomorrow, another Blue Bunny Kids Day. A fun day for all at the ballpark. And tomorrow, of course, the series finale with the Brewers. Kids get free Blue Bunny ice cream and autographs before the game. They can run the bases at Target Field following the game. Call 800-33-TWINS. Visit twinsbaseball.com and check on ticket availability for the final game of this 3-game series. Weather's supposed to be beautiful again tomorrow. It's nice being in a ballpark where beautiful weather is a reason to come to the ballpark rather than stay away from it. All those wonderful days we had with the indoor ballpark, and boy, you had to twist some arms to get some people to come indoors on a beautiful day. 1-1 to Jonathan Lucroy. Push to the right side, gobbled up by Casilla, 2 gone.
Well, so far, very good pitch selections in this inning. Struck out Kotsay on a changeup, and then went fastball, slider, and then came in with a fastball, and Lucroy pretty much jammed himself right there, got the ground ball out.
Number 9 hitter, Craig Counsell. Counsell playing third base. Casey McGee really struggling this year. Starts the game on the bench, and there's strike 1.
Yeah, the Brewers need to find a way to get McGee going a little bit. 104 runs driven in last year. He just hasn't had the same year. So Craig Counsell getting a chance to get some at bats. The 40-year-old in his 16th major league season. There's McGee.
Tough situation for him because he's got options left, and the Brewers, of course, don't want to send him down, but he struggled so mightily they are holding out the possibility that maybe getting him down to the minor leagues for a couple of weeks might get his season turned around.
Well, they say it's not lack of hard work. He's been coming out early trying to, find that swing he had the last couple of years.
1-2 to Counsell. Ron Renicky. '30th pitch of the night for Pavano. Just outside. And Pavano strikes him out, has a 1-2-3 third. He's faced the minimum number of batters through 3 innings. What you got? You did? You
Casinas, and I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, doing some training for an upcoming deployment. I would much rather be at Target Field, drinking a beer and watching my favorite team, the Minnesota Twins. Let's show them what happens when they are in Twins territory.
Thank you very much, Stephanie.
Very nice. God bless you, Stephanie.
Joe Mauer leading off the Twins third, taking strike one. Mauer struck out swinging on a curveball in the first inning.
And Narveson's only strikeout so far in the ball game.
Mauer, Cuddyer, and Valencia here in the Twins third. It's strike two. Mauer now 0 for 5 against Narveson. A little bouncer up the right side. Weeks put a gamble, one away. The Twins' annual salute to current and former members of the military set for tomorrow. When the Brewers and the Twins close out the series, U.S. Bank presents Armed Services Appreciation Day, and it will feature a pregame tribute to all branches of the armed forces. To check on ticket availability and more information, call 800-33-TWINS. One gone. Here's Michael Cuddyer. Drew another big first inning walk for the Twins. That helped the Twins get the first inning run. Taps it up the line, foul. In last night's game, after Mauer's 2-out single, Cuddyer drew a walk, and then Thome planted one into the left field seats for a three-run home run. One and one. That's hit well to left field. Braun going back, gone, a home run.
That's how you pad those numbers right there, Michael Cuddyer, for your all-star appearance. His 11th home run of the year, and the Twins take a 2-0 lead. High fives of Michael Cuddyer going into the dugout. You better be careful. Cuddyer, I think he knew it. He got that ball on the square part of the bat.
And the Twins now take a 2-0 lead. Valencia with a sharp single to left in the first inning, driving in the first Twins run. That's hit pretty well to left center field. And that is gone. Valencia backs up Cuddyer's home run with one of his own.
Home run number 9 for Danny Valencia. Well, Narveson, who came into this game just giving up 7 home runs in 16 starts, gives up back-to-back home runs here in the third inning.
On back-to-back pitches.
Yeah, when I did that, I was always afraid to throw this pitch right here.
And Hughes takes a breaking ball for a strike. Pounded foul, 2 strikes. So Valencia hits his 9th, Cuddyer his 11th. Those two players combining for 20 of the team's 48 home runs. Cuddyer's measured at .393. Valencia's at .411.
Good solid swing.
And Hughes bounces a single up the middle. Third straight hit for the Twins, and Repko to the plate.
That's back-to-back home runs by the Twins. You have to go back to last year in Detroit when Jason Kubel and Danny Valencia hit back-to-back home runs back on September 25th of last year.
And now Repko, who bounced to third his first time up. Tap foul. Strike. Repko hit a bouncer to third, leading off the second inning. The Twins have had at least 2 hits in every inning. 3 consecutive hits here in the third. Down low, 1-1.
You know, the first 2 months of this year, the Twins were really struggling. And you know what, you look back at the schedule, they played a lot of Eastern teams. They just were not home a lot. I think their longest homestand was, what, 6 games in the 2 months. It seemed like, I think, as a players and as broadcaster, we were living out of the suitcase for 2 months. You know, the players really never got a chance to just relax a little bit. Well, they did. You know, on June 9th, they knew they were coming home for their first long homestand, and they've played very well here since. I think the players, you know, when they come out of spring training, not too many of these players live here year-round, so they have to find a place. They have to make sure their family's comfortable. There's a lot of things that go in early in a season to the players that, you know, like a Jason Repko, making sure he's got a place for his family, comfortable. And then, of course, now you're here for 5 or 6 days. Now you got to leave again.
And Repko with the 4th straight Twins hit. Sharp single to left.
Not making an excuse because you still have to play the game, but it just a lot of road trips in that first 2 months.
I mean, we've taken another look at Repko's base hit here. Now we're halfway through a nice week and a half long homestand. We just recently finished a 9-game homestand. With all of that said and included, coming into today, the Twins have played 34 home games and 46 road games. So there's still 12 games in arrears, if you will, from playing half their games at home on the road. And those games are coming up now, with the Twins having the stretch of 21 of 25 at home.
And there's so many things you can do here at Target Field as a player that the players come out early on the road. They maybe from 2 to 3. But you know what? I mean, it's still a strange place. You're in a strange clubhouse. You're not at home. And since they've come home, they're no leaving, but double steal.
Lead runner Hughes didn't go all the way, and Repko will just stand on second, and Hughes is out. He just barely got tagged out. He started towards third, but stopped, and Repko kept going. So a botched double steal, and the second out of the inning.
Yeah, as a base runner, Repko, you have to watch that guy at second base. Repko kind of went with his head down and didn't really pick up Luke Hughes. Watch Repko take off. He's got to pick up Hughes right there. By the time he did, it was too late. And Lucroy running all the way from home plate, tagging out Hughes for the second out of the inning.
So a base running blunder by the Twins, and now Butera with a 1-0 count will try to get Repko home from second base. Up and away, 2-0. Two and 0 to the Twins catcher. Foul back, 2-1.
Good swing right there by Butera.
Giants cuffed around Rick Porcello 6-0 in the second inning. Then the rains came, and they're in delay at Comerica Park.
Somewhere Porcello was saying, "Let it rain, let it rain. Do not stop."
Bounce to third. And Counsell juggles it for a little bit. It throws across the diamond to end the inning. Twins got a back-to-back home runs, 4 straight hits, and now lead 3-0.
on my left, and Maya Moore, UConn star, 3-time National Player of the Year on my right. First, Candace, let's talk about your experience here at Target Field tonight throughout one of the 2 ceremonial first pitches. What was this night like for you?
Oh man, it's so awesome. I can totally see why, the Target Field is like the #1 sports venue in North America. It's awesome. I mean, the atmosphere, just the way it looks, the way it feels, I love it. This is my first time like being so up and close in the baseball, arena, I guess you call it, and this is awesome.
Very nice. Dick?
What a play by Tsuyoshi Nishioka, going to his left, spinning and firing to get Ricky Weeks.
Yeah, welcome to Target Field for the first time, and it just saw a great play.
And Maya Moore just gave us a fist pump here. How'd you like that play, Maya?
That was awesome. This is one of those sports that, unless you're here, you don't really, I don't think, appreciate how athletic and how talented these guys are. So it's been great so far.
Talk about how athletic and talented someone is. Maya Moore's basketball career, 150 wins, 4 losses in her 4 years, Dick and Bert. How about this? Of the 150 wins, how many of those do you remember? And of your 4 losses, how many of those do you remember?
All of the losses. I remember some of the wins, but, it was just a great career. I had a lot of great teammates around me, especially during those national championship years, and an awesome coaching staff. So I'm just glad to be here with Minnesota, who I'm also surrounded by great players and great coaches.
All right, Maya, well, you're not even 10 games into your professional career. Let's hope it's a long one. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Candace, thanks for joining us.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, now, Dick and Bert, one note, baseball note. Candace Wiggins, the daughter of former San Diego Padre Alan Wiggins, so there's a little baseball connection.
Very nice. Alan Wiggins primarily with the Padres, I think with the Orioles for a few years. 1-2 to Niger Morgan.
He's a good player. Very quick.
Inside, 2-2. That was a nice aggressive play by Nishioka behind the second base bag, throwing out the speedy Ricky Weeks. Poke foul, still 2-2.
You ask any defensive player, they like playing behind a guy like Carl Pavano because he's always around the plate. He makes the hitters make contact, and you need good plays for Pavano to go deep into the ball game, and that was a great defensive play.
And Morgan strikes out number 2.
Strikeout number 3 in the ball game for Pavano.
TNT trivia with the Brewers' Ryan Braun coming to the plate. Which 2 Brewers have hit the most career home runs against the Twins? '19's a lot of home runs.
I'm going to guess Robin Yount, one of them.
Pretty good guess, I would suppose.
I like Ben Ogilvy, maybe.
Driven to deep right center field. Braun's hitting streak is extended. He'll try for second, and he'll gain second with a 2-out double. Hit the ball hard his first time up. A one-hop smash that Nishioka gathered in, and this one driven off the fence in right center field.
A second hit for the Brewers. Fielder the base hit to lead off the second, and he raced on a double play, and Braun got a pitch up and just took it the other way. We saw that in Milwaukee. That's the type of hitter Braun is. You pitch him away, he'll hit that ball away. You pitch him in, he's quick enough to turn on it. So a 22-game hitting streak for Ryan Braun, career high.
Here's Fielder, singled up the middle, leading off the second inning. There's a half swing and a strike.
A good changeup right there. Let's keep an eye right here on Fielder if Butera wants a fastball in. See if Pavano makes the adjustment and really gets that ball in on Fielder. Let's Butera move. Another changeup.
0-2.
It's not only the straight change, it has a little dip to it. You saw Fielder way out front. So 2 straight changeups by Pavano to a very good hitter.
Pulled foul.
Mark Orge, the first base coach, getting out of the way.
And Butera to the mound.
Ron Coomer, you're watching Carl Pavano.
watching Pavano, and as you said, you were watching to see if he can get that ball inside. The one thing in looking at Fielder from yesterday and today, looks like he's doing a lot of guessing today. He's really flinchy and jumpy. See what Pavy does here.
Up high, 1-2.
When a guy of the ability of a Fielder, you see him check swinging a lot. We saw it a lot with Lariano yesterday, and Lariano kind of has his number, but you're also seeing with a right-hander Pavano, which means he's guessing a lot.
Lifted in foul territory, chased by Valencia. Got it on the warning track with his back to the infield. Good play by Danny Valencia to retire the dangerous Prince Fielder. And we head to the bottom of the fourth. Twins up 3-0.
And Ted Williams, you know, they brought Ted Williams to the mound. All of us gathered, and it was just a special moment, no question.
What's your favorite All-Star moment? Cast your vote to decide at MLB.com/moments and watch the MLB All-Star Game Tuesday, July 12th on Fox.
Jim Thome with career home run number 594, talking about the memorable pregame show before the All-Star game at Fenway Park a few years ago. That was the All-Star game where Ron Coomer represented the Minnesota Twins. And Ron, I know that was a special moment for somebody 1,000 miles away watching it on TV. I can't imagine the goosebumps you must have felt that night on the field at Fenway with Ted Williams there.
Yeah, Dick, it was one of those moments. You know, you're watching some of your friends and some of the best players of all time get introduced on the field. Some of our friends, Paul Molitor, for me, Carlton Fisk, some guys that are close to me as friends, but to see Ted Williams wheel out there and just to be able to talk to a Brooks Robinson. I remember talking to him about playing third base. How good is that for a third baseman?
Nishioka retired, one away here in the fourth.
But I do think if you are ever going to be fortunate enough to play in an All-Star game, to be able to hang out with the best players that have ever played the game on one field, I just thought that was as special as it got. And I got to introduce my dad to a lot of the, you know, all-century team, I guess you might say. And
right.
it was just really cool to have my dad at that game. You know, he was the reason why, you know, we all end up in the big leagues.
Oh, what a place, too, to have at Fenway Park. My goodness.
Hey, Bert, we all signed the back of that wall, too.
That's awesome.
One strike to Ben Revere. Singled and stole a base in the second inning. Chopped to the right side, and Narvison's gets a couple of quick outs here in the fourth inning. And Alexi Casilla will hit. You can vote for the Arby's Value Player of the Game.
text the word value followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234-234. Yeah, Danny Valencia with a home run and a nice catch on a foul ball to wrap up the top of the fourth. 2 outs. Here's Casilla. Single and a run scored back in the first. Way out in front, strike one. Narveson has not had a smooth ride through 3 innings. He's given up 8 hits, a walk, hoping to have his first 1-2-3 inning. 1-1. And a breaking ball spun outside, 2-1. With Mauer on deck.
Well, same count to a Casilla in the first inning. A 3-1 pitch that Casilla got a fastball, lined it into left field. Narveson has found himself behind an account here most of this ball game.
And Casilla drives it to left. Hit well. Off the wall and away from Braun. Morgan fills the gap, plays the carom, and Casilla has a double. He hit it about halfway up the fence and left.
You know, we saw Casilla do this in the Dodger game in the 6-4 win here on Tuesday. Casilla got a fastball and hit it against the wall. And right here, a 3-1 fastball. Casilla looked like he could swung as hard as he could right there, and the ball hit off the wall. Morgan gets it back in, and Casilla picks up his second hit on his 12th double.
And that'll bring up Mauer. And although he hasn't had much success against Narveson, Mauer typically hit very well against the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, very good career numbers, 327. Driving in some runs.
Window concept, window of opportunity. Just off the plate, ball one. Tonight, Mauer has struck out and tapped out to the second baseman. Two and 0. So the Twins have scored in the first and third innings. They had a threat in the second, and now a 2-out double has given them a threat in the fourth. In the dirt, 3-0. First base is open, but Cuddyer is on deck. It's confounding for Ron Renneke and the Brewers, a team that plays so well at home, and they have played so poorly on the road. They were swept in New York against the Yankees. No shame in that, of course, but people who follow the team say it's just they can't believe it's the same players playing on the road to play at home.
I think they said that about the '87 Twins.
Up high, and Mauer draws a 4-pitch walk to fill first base. And Cuddyer, who drew the other walk against Narveson in the first, then homered in the third.
Yeah, Cuddyer getting a pitch up and delivering a home run, his 11th of the year. Gave the Twins a 2-0 lead, then followed by Danny Valencia on the next pitch, a solo home run.
Bounce toward short and past the shortstop Bettencourt. Casilla's going to score, and Cuddyer drives in another run with a ground ball hit.
Well, Bettencourt shading him to pull a little bit because Narveson, again, a lot of slow stuff. And Cuddyer hitting it right back up the middle. Bettencourt just trying to stop this ball as he goes to his left See where Casillas, that's where the ball is headed. Betancourt couldn't slow it down, and that allows Casillas to score from second. Kadire now with 32 RBIs on the year. The Twins take a 4-0 lead.
Valencia has already produced 2 run-producing hits. For last night, Betancourt on Mauer's base had kind of jammed a thumb and hurt himself on the play. He gets up a little slowly here, and now Valencia takes down and away, ball 1. Narveson's given up 10 hits. He's only retired 10 batters. One of the outs in the 3rd inning committed on base man.
Well, again, the Twins don't see a lot of Narveson now. You know, he and Pavano hooked up in Milwaukee, where the Brewers beat Pavano 6-2. In that ballgame, Narveson worked into the 7th inning. He threw 108 pitches, but 70 for strikes. So far here, it's 78 pitches, 43 for strikes, so a bad ratio.
Dangerous pitch to Valencia, and he hits the outside corner.
Twins doing a good job with runners in scoring position. 3 for 7 so far.
Except for the back-to-back home runs, the other run-producing hits coming with 2 outs in an inning. 2-1. That's to short center. Morgan coming in, won't get there. Bauer around third, he'll score, and Valencia has driven in 3 runs with 3 hits.
Boy, hit a ball about 400 feet, and then the next at bat, you hit one right off the end of the bat, and it kind of flares into center field. Well, Danny Valencia with 3 RBIs in this ball game, right off the end of the bat, hit softly. Morgan has to come in, play the second hop. And Danny Valencia having a great day at the plate. Mauer scores. It's a 5-0 lead.
And Luke Hughes, with the Twins in front, 5-0. Rich Kranitz makes a visit to the mound. No activity in the Brewer bullpen. Hughes singled his last time up. Breaking pitch, missing inside, a ball. To left field, down for a hit. Kadire scores, and all of this has been done. The 4 hits and the walk and the 3 runs scored with 2 outs in the inning.
Well, Luke Hughes gets his 2nd straight hit, picking up his 12th RBI. And it's one of these innings that Narveson has had trouble with throughout the season, the multi-run innings. Twins scored 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Now they've added 3 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Ron Renicky still letting it ride with Narveson. He's given up a dozen hits. Here's Repko. Up and away, ball 1. So 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, and 3 here in the 4th. And remember, we were talking not that long ago about Narveson. He hoped would enjoy his first 1, 2, 3 inning. He got Nishioka and Revere quickly, and then Casilla doubled. The 3rd out's proven to be very elusive. Another hit. Rounding 3rd and scoring is Valencia. And the Twins doing to Narveson here in the 4th what they did to Madison Bumgarner in the 1st in San Francisco.
Well, Repko picking up his 2nd straight hit, driving in his 8th run of the year. Well, the Twins opening up this ball game for Carl Pavano. Ball left up. Repko hitting it back up the middle. And now some action in the bullpen for the Brewers. Narveson came into this game making his 17th start. His first 16 starts, the most hits he'd given up in a ball game was 8. He's given up 13 here in 3 2/3 innings.
Ninth man to bat is Drew Butera. Shoots it to right field, hanging in the air for Mark Kotsay, and that ends it. Twins doing very well with 2 outs. And with 2-out rally, scoring 4 more runs in the 4th. Twins have done a little bit of everything offensively here. A couple of long home runs, some nice situational hitting, 7 early runs. And Matt Gamble will lead off the 5th against Carl Pavano. I mentioned the kind of a flurry of hits in the 4th inning, similar to what the Twins did in San Francisco. And of course, Pavano was the beneficiary that night when he was given an 8-run lead before he threw his first pitch. Now 7-0, and he delivers strike 2 to Gamble.
One thing Pavano has done, I thought last inning might have been the best inning for Pavano in a long time. Excuse me, in the 3rd inning, he made every pitch. He did give up a high fastball to Braun in a double in the last inning, but boy, he's hitting his spots. That changeup, outstanding here so far this afternoon. Well, I guess this would be considered evening at 7:30.
Yeah. Bounce to the right side. Easy play for Hughes. He'll go to the bag. 1 away.
Another changeup right there. Gamble way out front, getting a ground ball.
And Rick Anderson watching along with Scott Baker. 1 gone in the 5th. Our AT&T trivia question: which 2 Brewers have hit the most career home runs against the Twins? Robin Yount. I'll go Cecil Cooper. And it's Cecil Cooper and Ben Oglivie.
You mentioned Ben Oglivie.
And a liner to center. Betancourt gets a first pitch single with 1 out in the 5th. And you can ask a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. Marissa Risner from Lake Elmo. Do teams bring their own bat boys, or do the hosting teams provide them?
Well, most of the bat boys are supplied here in Minnesota. Sometimes clubs do bring, the sons of some players.
Right.
And sometimes bat boy. I know some of my kids got a chance to bat boy once in a while.
Drive to center, and Revere with the catch. Kotsay gone on the first pitch. And Revere! A great slide by Betancourt, who slid over the tag of Casilla. Betancourt tried to advance. Ron Gardenhire will come out to argue. Revere with a nice 1-hop throw. but somehow Betancourt stepped around the tag.
Watch Revere get behind the ball. A good strong throw for Ben Revere right there. And Casilla trying to tag him. Sure looked like he got his foot right there. But second base umpire Mike Estabrook saying that Casilla did not touch him.
Right there.
Oh, very close. Well, he got him right there on the
right
toe.
There, yep. I think he tagged both legs, and then Casilla ducking out of the way. Well, give Betancourt some credit for a slippery slide, but he's down by 7 runs, and he tried a very risky base running play.
Yeah, he did the old pop-up slide early, and then kind of hesitated, still kind of smirking a little bit, wondering how he got to second safely.
Pretty good throw by Revere. Almost got an assist. And now here's Lucroy. And Butera looked like he might have gotten crossed up. Ball 1.
The ball just in the dirt. Good block by Butera.
There's the outside corner.
When Pavano is on, he's like watching an artist paint a picture. He just works both sides of the plate, changes speeds very well. 3 strikeouts in the ball game, no walks. He's allowed only 3 hits.
That's a base hit to left. Betancourt's going to be waved around third, and the Brewers get a run that most of the people here at Target Field feel they shouldn't have gotten.
Well, Lucroy having a very good year offensively, also handling the pitching staff. Rising his 34th run. Pavano leaving the ball up a little bit, not getting that ball in far enough. And Lucroy hitting that ball into left field.
Lucroy had some of the damaging hits against Pavano in Milwaukee last weekend. Here's the number 9 batter, Craig Counsell. And ball 1. Earlier I was talking about the rain delay in Detroit, 6-0 San Francisco, and I think I said it was Rick Porcello been hit around a little bit. Instead it was Max Scherzer.
Well, they're still in that rain delay, so Max Scherzer hoping that it continues to rain.
1-1 to Counsell, and again out in front of that changeup, 1-2.
The same pitch that struck him out in his first at bat in the 3rd inning. Pulling the string, and Counsell way out front.
That was blocked by Butera.
Hey, Ron Coomer down there. You know what? Pavano's got such a good changeup. That you saw Counsell, a veteran hitter. He's been around the game since 1995. Take those type of swings. Got to be tough to pick up that pitch.
2-2 to Counsell. And now a full count.
Might be not working.
Yep. Hey, I'm back on. Here we
go. You go.
Pavy's changeup is so effective because he has great arm speed, Bert. As you know, all pitchers that have great arm action that can change speeds make it that much more effective. Counsell jumping because it looks like a fastball coming out, as you saw right there again, and way out in front with a pitch. It's an off-speed pitch. You know, we saw it for years with Johan Santana. You know, kind of the Bugs Bunny changeup. Pavy's got a very good one.
Well, you see it right there. I mean, he's got a 6-run lead now. You know, even on a 3-2 pitch, he still has a lot of confidence in that changeup. And, you know, Counsell just fouled it off to keep the bat going.
Runner goes. Pitch grounded to first. Hughes has it.
Another changeup.
Couple of singles. And a Brewer run. It's 7-1.
Pronounce it right this time. In the Minnesota State Lottery winner's circle, Bert, this is Juanita. She's 81 years old, celebrating her birthday. She's got her son, her grandson, and her daughter-in-law. She's all the way from Selby, South Dakota, made a 6-hour trip to get here. First time seeing Target Field. Juanita, Bert has circled you. Your family and friends are watching you right now. What's this like?
Thank you. It's really great. And I love this place. It's great.
Tell Bert what you just told me, how you never miss a game.
I never miss a game, Bert. I'm always watching on TV.
Well, happy birthday, young lady.
She said we are all great summer entertainment for her. She doesn't miss a game from Selby, South Dakota.
Very nice. Very nice. You are hereby circled.
Tsuyoshi Nishioka will lead off the 5th inning. Selby, South Dakota, by the way, just looks like it's about 5 miles west of Java. A little bit south of Mound City. A little bit north of Akaska. Nishioka retired, 1 away. Or maybe an hour west of Aberdeen. 1 gone in the 5th inning, and Ben Revere will hit.
And Arvison's still out there, even though he's given up 13 hits, 7 runs. Making sure he gets his work in.
Revere with a single, a stolen base in the 2nd. 1 for 3. And a 2-hopper, 3-hopper, booted by Weeks, and Revere will reach. Well, the Brewers have not played well defensively in this series at all. Last night, one of the key plays late in the game was a ground ball that went right between the legs of Prince Fielder, and this was a routine 3-hopper. It should have been an out.
Yeah, they haven't made a lot of errors, but Weeks kind of backpedaled on that ball, and it kind of ate him up a little bit there. He'll be charged with an error, his 9th error of the year. That allows the speedy Ben Revere to stay at first base or get to first base.
Alexi Casilla will hit. Casilla with a couple of hits, a couple of runs scored. A little bit low, ball 1. Cardinals leading Tampa Bay 1-0. It's the Rays who come here after this interleague series ends tomorrow night. And it's the Cardinals that are Putting a little pressure on the Brewers now, having passed them in the standings. Encouraging word out of St. Louis that Albert Pujols' wrist is healing very quickly, and they think he might be ready to go right after the All-Star break. 2-0.
Well, it's not the Narveson that the Twins saw just 5 days ago in Milwaukee. 90 pitches, 50 for strikes. Only 2 walks, 1 strikeout, but he's given up 13 hits.
And now 3-0 to Casilla.
And he keeps falling behind on Alexi Casilla. Twice Casilla's gotten a 3-1 fastball and hammered it in the left field. One in front of Braun, one over his head.
And a strike.
And there's that 3-1 count again.
Twins with 13 hits. They're hitting .500 against Narveson here tonight. And now a full count.
Well, Revere, who stole a base in the second inning. Imagine be taken off right here. Make sure that the pitcher throws home. 1 out.
Revere stays put, and Casilla lifts it to center. Morgan makes a nice catch. And out number 2. And that'll bring up Mauer. 13 hits for the Twins, yet Mauer does not have one. Time for our in-game box score, brought to you by Pepsi Max.
Back-to-back home runs by Cuddyer and Valencia. That coming in the 3rd inning. And then the Twins a couple times in this ball game have had 4 straight hits. The Twins have a 7-1 lead.
Mauer struck out in the 1st, bounced out in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 4th. Big swing and a miss. To the extent this game has been broken open by the Twins, they did their breaking in the 4th inning after 2 were out. Casilla doubled, Mauer walked, and then singles by Cuddyer, Valencia, Hughes, and Repko ended up turning the inning into a 4-run inning. And Mauer over the head of the 3rd baseman, a fair ball. Revere flying to 3rd, and Braun's throw comes to 2nd base. So Mauer gets his first hit, and another 2-out hit for the Twins here in the 5th.
Typical Joe Mauer hit, ball away. He just goes the other way with it, right down that left field line. Ron Roenicke, I guess 14 hits is enough. A breaking ball. Left up a little bit. Joe just slapping it down that left field line.
So Ron Roenicke to the mound, as good as Narveson was against the Twins. He was that not good tonight as the Twins knock him out in the 5th. Ground balls, line drives, pop-up base hits, and a couple of Coors Light cold hard slams.
Well, the Twins up 1-0. Michael Kadire with his 11th home run of the year. That made it a 2-0 lead. Coors Light cold blast.
And Michael Kadire will hit here. He's reached all 3 times. He's driven in a couple of runs, and he'll face a new Milwaukee pitcher, Marco Estrada.
Estrada in his 2nd season with the Brewers, spent some time with the Washington Nationals. Saw him over in Milwaukee. Good fastball, big slow curveball, then a tighter curveball, and a very good changeup. Just 27 years old. Sonora, Mexico, signed by the Nationals back in 2005 out of Long Beach State University.
And Kadire will hit here with 2 on and 2 out. And the All-Star squads are announced tomorrow. The hope is Kadire will be named as a reserve player. Breaking ball over for strike 1. Under his chin, it's 1-1.
Good fastball up and in. After a slow curveball, going with a fastball up and in.
Breaking ball, bounce to third. Counsell fires to Weeks to end the inning. The Twins strand 2 more. They have left 9 men on, but they have scored 7.
Weather forecast for the Twins here at Target Field for Game 3 against the Brewers. Nice baseball weather once again, dry with a mixture of clouds and sunshine.
There you go. You are here by Circle, and Twin fans, you can go to FoxSportsNorth.com and click on a Circle Me Bert to submit an email on why your sign should be circled on an upcoming home game and have a chance to visit us up here in the booth. We'll reveal 2 sections the morning before each game. One will be listed on FoxSportsNorth.com and the other one on KFAN.com.
And not that they can schedule these things, but I think for the fans who do come up here, it's a little more enjoyable for them at the beginning of a homestand. Once we've had a few days to, live in this booth and kind of trash the joint, we've got housekeeping in here cleaning it up for us while we're gone, and then we get in here and things get spilled, and it's just not as tidy as it should be.
Oh, these guys are pigs. We're not the only.
I'm not talking about us.
No,
I'm talking about everybody
else. Yeah, all you guys are pigs.
Oh, what a catch by Valencia! But Hughes can't make the scoop at the other end. That ball came up on Valencia, and he did a nice job catching the ball, and his throw across the diamond short-hopped Hughes, and Weeks will end up at second base.
Well, an error would be charged on Danny Valencia. Boy, I see that ball come up, and then the throw, tough little short hop right there in front of Luke Hughes. You see that ball come up right there, right, almost a snow cone, and then Danny spinning and then throwing in front of Danny Valencia, Dusty Hughes, and tough play or Luke Hughes, tough play to get.
Nyjer Morgan drives it high and deep to right, and just like that, the Brewers have two more. So it's 7-3. And the Brewers making some noise here in the middle innings.
Yeah, Morgan with his third home run of the year jumped on that first pitch. That's a line drive home run right into that flower bed out in right field. Fastball, and Morgan turning on it. That's a 7-3 ball game.
Well, now Pavano, who had 4 shutout innings against the Brewers in Milwaukee, and then saw the Brewers pile things up. Here's a bunt in front of the plate, and Butera fires the first, and it just got Braun. Wow. Not the best of bunts, and yet he nearly beat it out.
Well, kind of caught, I think, Butera by surprise, because you expect this guy to swing away, and he tried to lay down a bunt. It just left that third area in front of home plate. Butera had to jump out, finally made a strong throw to get Braun.
Here's Prince Fielder. And a first pitch strike. Fielder singled to center and then fouled out down the left field line. Valencia with a nice catch of his pop-up after a long run with his back to the infield. 1-1. Missing inside, 2-1. Chop foul, 2-2.
Not a good changeup right there. Pavano working with one out here in the 6th inning. This will be pitch number 70 for Carl Pavano.
And Fielder goes fishing, 2 down.
And strikeout number 4 in the ball game for Carl.
And that'll bring up Matt Gamble. Whoa. Tough pitch on a ball that looked like it bounced off the plate. Time for the CenturyLink high-speed pitch, brought to you by CenturyLink high-speed internet.
The left-hander Navison at 89. And Pavano is 92.
Don't know how long the Brewers are going to take a look at Gamble up here, but he's got a chance to leave a positive impression, of course. And he might be plan B in the event the Brewers don't re-sign Prince Fielder after this season. Inside, 2-1. A lot of very talented and expensive first basemen look like they're going to hit the market, and that's just out of the National League Central. Albert Pujols from St. Louis is apparently going to test the free agent market, and Fielder will do the same. Fly ball center field. Revere's got a long run. Gets there. So an error, a home run, a couple of Brewer runs, but the Twins still lead by 4. Coors Light 6th inning of the Coors Light Freeze Can.
Oh, this ball off the bat of Prince Fielder. This happening in the 4th inning. Danny Valencia going back, making a nice catch, good concentration. But sometimes you close your eyes and the ball finds a glove.
The Frost Brewed Coors Light Freeze Can. Well, the Brewers have climbed back into the game, and Danny Valencia will lead things off. 3 for 3. Each hit driving in a run. A pair of singles and a home run. Popped up on the first pitch. Gamble with the catch, 1 away. Sundays on Fox Sports North. Join Tom Brokaw for Boys in the Hall. The personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. And this week, our good friend Harmon Killer will be featured. Boys in the Hall, Sundays presented by Subway Restaurants, where winners eat. Seen a couple of those episodes. They're really nicely done. And of course, Tom Brokaw, an upper Midwest lad from South Dakota, just across the Minnesota border.
Saw with Warren Spahn. What a story. Unbelievable career.
And excellence late in his career. And his best years for the Milwaukee Braves. 1-1. Get a chance to spend much time with Warren Spahn?
I met him a couple of times. Very nice man.
1-2 to Luke Hughes. To left field. Braun chasing it at number 2. I remember a visit that he made to Minnesota, and I'm not sure why, late in the '87 season. And that might have been one of the occasions you had meeting Warren Spahn. And he came up to our booth and was talking about a little visit he had with Steve Carlton, who was trying to work on a changeup, and that was Spahn's featured pitch late in his career. And strike 1 to Jason Repko.
His was more of a screwball,
right.
Almost like Fernando Valenzuela type pitch. Really turned that ball over. Excellent control.
Inside 1-1.
He went 363 games, I believe, in his career.
You can see the Brewers again during Repko's at bats, shifting the infield around to the left side. But I just thought that was fascinating. Here's a guy with, 363 wins, and Carlton at that point had 300 and some wins. And they're talking about the changeup.
Always trying to get better.
And then you were there with, 240, 250, something like that. Joe Niekro was on the staff. He had over 200 wins, I believe. 2-2 to Repko. Fouled off the mask of Lucroy. The other day, too, I was thinking you've talked so much about Louis Tiant and Jim Perry and Jim Cott, mentors of yours when you came up with the Twins. That turned out to be a pretty good pitching staff, that 1970 staff, in terms of career wins. Tiant with over 200, Cott with 283, you had 287, and Jim Perry had over 200 wins.
Yeah, and another guy on that staff, Dave Boswell. I know his health is not good right now, and our prayers and best wishes go out to Dave and his wife Lou.
Full count to Repko. Popped up behind the plate, but out of play.
Repko giving Estrada a battle right here.
And he takes ball 4. So Repko will reach and get Butera to the plate.
First runner against Estrada, who retired 3 straight, relieved Narveson last inning with 2 outs.
Last night they set an attendance record here at Target Field. This year they set another one. 41,378, the largest regular season crowd in Target Field history. And Repko is thrown out. Lucroy has thrown out 2 runners, and that gives him 6 throwouts on the season. It's 7-3 as we go to the 7th. Big lead over the course of the game, and he's provided our Jimmy John's delivery of the game.
Yeah, a 7-0 lead. He gave up a run in the 5th, and then the 2-run home run by Morgan in the 6th inning. But Pavano, 75 pitches in 6 innings, 55 have been strikes. No walks, 4 strikeouts for Pavano. And he's had a lot of success here at Target Field. 3-1 this year, 11-5 since last year in 20 starts.
Well, Yuniesky Betancourt will lead things off in the 7th, and then it's Mark Kotze and Jonathan Lucroy, and Pavano would love to have just simply a scoreless inning. The Brewers got one in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and whatever momentum they've gained the last couple innings. He wants to put a blanket on it right here. Chopper to short. And Nishioka over to Hughes, one away. Minot, North Dakota, part of Twins territory, and we have not forgotten about you folks. They need support more than ever right now during this time of flooding. Please help the American Red Cross bring hope to Minot. And for information on how you can donate, visit minotredcross.org or our North supports page at foxsportsnorth.com. Mark Kotsay, 0 for 2 in the ball game.
Pavano getting some ground ball outs. 11 ground ball outs to go with his 4 strikeouts.
On the outside corner.
Good fastball there at 89.
Sliced foul, 1-2. Kotsay's never been a 20 to 30 home run a year guy, but he's got 132 at bats now without a home run.
I remember when he first came up, he was a #1 pick by the Marlins back in '96. I mean, they were raving about this guy out of Cal State Fullerton. They thought for sure he was going to be a star, but he just hasn't really found that stardom. He's been with 7 different teams in 15 major league seasons.
His most famous home run came in the postseason against the Twins. It was an inside the park home run. He had a sinking line drive, and Torrey Hunter went for the dive, and it got behind him.
He has 121 career home runs, a .279 hitter coming into this year.
2-2. And that one will find center field. Just a little 4-hopper through the middle of the infield, a 1-out single for Kotsay.
Well, working away right here. Not a bad pitch. Kotsay just out of the reach of Pavano into center field. So Pavano gives up his 6th hit of the ball game.
Here's Lucroy. Lucroy, more than any other Milwaukee hitter, seems to feel pretty comfortable up there against Pavano. Drove in the first run for the Brewers with a 2-out single in the 5th.
He went 2 for 2 against Pavano in his last start in Milwaukee, and 1 for 2 so far here today.
Lucroy with a walk, a triple, and a double against Pavano in Milwaukee. 1-0. 2-0. Pavano got a double play grounder in the 2nd off the bat of Matt Gamble. And on the outside corner, 2-1.
Well, Lucroy saying, get that ball away a little bit. Well, Butera sitting there hitting the glove, but boy, a little bit outside. Cody Foster saying it was a strike.
Popped up right side. Casilla in the outfield grass. With the catch, out number 2. The Twins and Rays will be hooking up next week at Target Field, and Tuesday is the Sports Authority Value Pack game. To purchase a ticket in the U.S. Bank Home Run Porch and get a free Schweigert hot dog and Pepsi. Tickets are limited for the game, so call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. 2 gone. Here's Craig Counsell. Counsell is 0 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd and hit a ground ball to the first baseman Hughes in the 5th. fouled over the roof of the Brewer dugout. "88 pitches for Pavano, hoping to wrap things up here in the 7th.
And that's what Pavano's been able to do. You know, throughout the ball game, more than not, Pavano will have quick innings. You know, 13 pitches, 7 pitches, 11 pitches, 13, 16. Right. The last inning, 15 pitches. So staying away from that 20-pitch inning, Pavano, this will be pitch number 90 again now in the 7th inning. And trying to complete it, and he does. Hopefully right here with a good toss.
A scoreless 7th inning, a good 7 innings of work for Pavano. There might be an 8th, but right now it's time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medica. With the Twins in front by 4.
Oh, the Twins able to get a run in the first inning. RBI single by Danny Valencia, that coming with 2 outs. Then back-to-back home runs by Cuddyer and Danny Valencia with 1 out in the 3rd inning. That made it a 3-0 ball game. Then Twins opened it up a little bit. 4 runs in the 4th inning. Carl Pavano, he's given up a home run, that 2-run home run by Niger Morgan. But other than that, he's pitched outstanding.
And 14 hits for the Twins. Michael Cuddyer with a couple of hits, a couple of runs scored, a home run. It's been a good night for the Twins, and they're hoping to win this series here on a Saturday night.
Well, this copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
So what do you think? Pavano one more inning?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, he's at 90 pitches, 65 strikes, great strike-to-ball ratio.
Look at that sight. All those years, and we were imagining what it would be like to watch Twins baseball in an outdoor ballpark, and I think we imagined something like this. What a perfect night.
Better yet, a perfect score. Twins up by 4.
That helps. And of course, we haven't been blessed with the best of weather here in the 2nd season of the ballpark. But no complaints tonight. Drew Butera will lead things off. And Tsuyoshi Nishioka and Ben Revere. Butera with a 1-for-3 night. He doubled to the gap in left center field. Inside, ball 1. Estrada's done a nice job. He has gotten 4 outs from 4 batters. And cleaned up Narvison's mess in the 5th inning. They're still in a rain delay in Detroit at 6-0 Giants in the 3rd inning. poked up wide at first, and Gamble over for a look near the railing. Can't quite make the play. And of course, keeping in mind that San Francisco-Detroit game is part of an interleague series. Obviously, it's San Francisco's only trip to Detroit, so there'll be a little pressure, I would think, to make sure they get that game in. Two and one to Butera. Two and two. Earlier today, the Indians and White Sox both won. Pounded foul. Down the line, a fair ball, backhanded by Counsell. For a 40-year-old man, he's still got a good arm.
Yes, he does.
One down. You can follow the Twins with MLB.com at @BAT11 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get all the scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit twinsbaseball.com for details. One gone, and Tsuyoshi Nishioka will be looking for his first hit. Hit the ball hard his first time up, lining out to the left fielder Ryan Braun.
Yeah, every Twin in the batting order has at least one hit. Twins with 14 hits in the ball game, and Nishioka looking for his first.
Strike one. And now 1-1. Joe Favre's had a special challenge talking with Ryo Shinkawa, the translator for Nishioka. Foul back with that front foot stepping towards first base.
Well, he's done it his whole life. It's hard to, say, hey, keep that foot planted. It's kind of type of hitter that he is. He's kind of a Ichiro type hitter. Wants to run out of the box and just slap the ball the other way.
2-2.
Career .293 hitter in Japan for 8 seasons. Won the batting title last year in the Pacific League.
And now 3-2. He's drawn just 5 walks, struck out 17 times. And as we've said from time to time over the last couple of weeks since he's come back, I don't believe we've seen one bunt attempt.
Well, he better not bunt right here.
No. But I mean, I think we all thought that was a part of his game over in Japan. And he's had over 70 at-bats, and I don't believe he's tried to bunt for a hit once. Takes a walk. A one-out walk here in the 7th. And that'll bring up Revere. Revere 1 for 4. He's also reached on a Ricky Weeks error. Revere with a stolen base again here tonight. Now 10 for 13 in that department. We saw Nishioka take off last night, and he was thrown out handily. Lucroy, that's been a soft spot in his game, but he's had 2 throwouts in the first 2 games of the series.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that in the instruction. We have Dave Nelson, the
very nice
analyst for the Milwaukee Brewers. He stole 187 bases in his career. We're going to talk a little bit about base stealing in the instructional with Ron Coomer, who stole a lot of bases himself, and Bill Schroeder stole a lot of bases himself, and myself, that allowed a lot of base stealers to steal.
Did you? Well, I didn't mean this to be a snide question, but did you ever get asked to steal a base?
I got the pinch run one time for Willie Stargell, and Willie almost passed out when I came out of the dugout with a helmet on. He looked at Chuck Tanner. Yeah. So what the heck's going on? About the only guy I think I could have beat, but Willie was probably about 40 years old then. In a foot race.
1 strike to Revere. Up and away. I seem to remember Jim Cott being used a number of times as a pinch runner.
Yeah, Jim Cott that one year, I believe it was 70, I'm going to say 72. He pinch ran and slid into second base and broke his thumb.
But not on a stolen base attempt.
I'm not sure if it, maybe break up a double play or something. I believe he was 10-2 at the time when he did that.
1-1 to Revere. Foul back. I remember in the 1 year that Billy Martin managed the Twins, everybody ran. Herman Killebrew had a career-high 9 stolen bases that year. And so you would imagine some of the pitchers maybe were asked to steal bases since everybody else. That was the year Rod Carew stole home all those times.
Yeah, that was in 1972. Jim Cott was 10-2 with a 2.07 ERA in 15 starts. And if I remember right, he missed the rest of the season.
And Revere fouls it back, still 1-2. And now because of the DH and pitchers being asked to do something in these interleague games they're not accustomed to doing, we showed you earlier. Fausto Carmona suffered a leg injury just tripping when he was running to first base. One and 2 to Ben Revere. Twins trying to tack on a run or two here in the bottom of the 7th. And Revere really hanging tough.
Jason Repko gave Estrada a good at-bat last inning before Estrada walked him. Estrada's walked 2 batters so far. 34 pitches, 20 strikes in an inning and 2/3.
Estrada will try it again on 1 and 2. Close pitch taken low. 2 and 2.
Straight over the top, good downward plane, but just low in the strike zone. Jerry Narron going through signs.
There goes Nishioka, and Lucroy's throw gets him again. All year long, Lucroy's thrown out 4 runners, and he's tossed out 3 in this series. by McDonald's. Try a strawberry banana or wild berry real fruit smoothie today. By the new Quest 5-year Price Lock Promise. Visit quest.com/promise for details. And by Goldman Sachs, for all the reasons you invest. Mutual funds from Goldman Sachs. An absolutely perfect night here at Target Field, and the Twins have a 7-3 lead, trying to wrap up the series victory early with the series finale coming up tomorrow afternoon. Ricky Weeks will lead things off, and there's Carl Pavano pitching to the Brewers in the 8th. Popped up behind the plate and out of play. 1 strike.
No surprise that Pavano's out there for the 8th inning. He's averaged over 7 innings an outing this year. He's had a couple short outings, but both of those coming in April. You go back to May 15th, Pavano, the shortest outing he had since May 15th was his start against Milwaukee, where he went 6 innings. 2 complete games on the year.
Down and away, 1-1.
He's a guy going into the season you expect to work 200+ innings a year. Pavano 221 innings last year.
On the outside corner, 1-2. We saw Glenn Perkins starting to get loose down in the Twins bullpen. And the pitching coach will take this every time out. Starting pitchers throwing pitches in the 8th inning.
I showed you earlier, 11-2 at home. The starters a combined 2.66 earned run average coming into this ball game over the 13 home games. So good starting pitching.
And Dunsing will go on the 4th of July. Nick Blackburn going tomorrow. Liner to Nishioka for the first out of the inning. 1 down, and that'll bring up Nyjer Morgan. We finally activated Saito today. Takashi Saito. He's had an assortment of injuries. And Tim Dillard sent down to Nashville, where they say they're going to try to stretch him out into a long reliever.
Saito's only been able to work 2 innings, or excuse me, two appearances so far this year.
Morgan hooked a home run into the right field seats after Ricky Weeks reached on an error. And that got the Brewers to within 7-3 where it sits right now. Pavano came back with a scoreless 7th and has gotten the first out here in the 8th. Man, that's too tall for Hughes into the right field corner. Morgan digs for second. And he'll try for 1 more. And he's in with a triple. 1 gone in the 8th. And Morgan scampers to 3rd with his second extra base hit.
That didn't look like a bad pitch. Looked like it was down, but he kind of golfed it right over Hughes' head down into that right field corner. Right down that line, Michael Kadire. And this guy's fast. Morgan with that long stride, picking up the ball, then out picking up his 3rd base coach, Ed Cedar, and then stumbling a little bit there, but diving into 3rd safely.
That's about where Carlos Gomez stumbled and nearly fell down in his home run, or no, in his home run truck.
In the first inning yesterday.
Sprinting around the bases, and he kind of spun his wheels about 30 feet from second base.
Yeah, 3rd triple on the year for Morgan.
So whoever is playing in center field for the Brewers, Morgan or Gomez, they can really run. Twins will be playing on the side. I mentioned Brian Dunsing will make the start, and to celebrate America's birthday, you can have a hot dog for $1. In fact, if you get here early enough, you might be able to get 2 for $1 apiece. The Twins playing the Rays in a 1 o'clock game, and it's a Schweigert $1 a dog Monday. The first 20,000 Schweigert dogs will be sold for $1. Limited tickets are available for the game on the 4th. Call 833-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Infield back with a 4-run lead, and Braun at the plate taking ball 1. Twins quite content to do what they can to get Braun out here, and even if it means giving up a run. 2-0. Braun surprised a lot of people trying to reach on a bunt. And the pitch after Morgan hit his home run.
Yeah, again, I think he surprised Drew Butera, too, because it took him a little while to get out there, but he made a strong throw just to nip Braun at first base.
And 2-1.
Well, you don't see that type of swing from Braun too often. He was definitely maybe guessing fastball. Yeah, watch his swing right here. A little cutter.
Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier. Bouncer to short. A run will score. And Nishioka fires to first, 2 down.
Braun getting an RBI, his 62nd of the year as Morgan scores. And it's a 7-4 ball game.
And now Fielder with the bases empty. Braun, such a key guy to retire there, because if he gets a base hit, double, home run, whatever, suddenly this at bat is really important, because the Brewers are that much closer potentially with a home run. Perkins is ready. Pavano trying to wrap up business in the 8th. Missing inside.
Yeah, now a save situation right here, so even though Perkins is ready, they're going to let Pavano pitch to Fielder.
Slice foul, 1-1. It's hard to figure. Yeah, you guys went through it in '87, but it's like night and day the difference between the Brewers at home and on the road.
Look at home, 29-11, on the road 15-28.
A 52-point difference in team batting average. That's hit well to right center field. Hard off the wall. Fielder digging for second, and he'll have a 2-out double. So now another left-handed batter. Gamble due up next, and we'll see if the Twins make a move here.
And here comes manager Ron Gardenhire. So they let him pitch to Fielder, Pavano, and he left the pitch up, and Fielder and his strength puts it off the scoreboard in right center. This guy is strong.
Need a strong belt. Pavano comes off, taking the ball game deep into the 8th inning and coming off with a 3-run lead. Brewers kept after him, though, finally chasing him with 2 out in the 8th.
Well, Pavano put some zeros on the board early. 4 zeros, while the Twins put 7 runs on the board. He gave up a run in the 5th, and then the home run to Morgan. For Pavano, no walks in the ballgame, 4 strikeouts. He threw 105 pitches. Fielder, his responsibility at second base, but 7 2/3 innings for Pavano. Glenn Perkins hopefully will get this final out here in the 8th inning. worked the ninth inning in last night's ball game, threw only 9 pitches, 7 for strikes in a 1-2-3. Ninth inning, Twins beat the Brewers 6-2.
And Ron Roenicke goes to his bench and pulls off Corey Hart, who will hit in Gammel's spot. Gammel had gone 0 for 3. And Hart takes a strike.
Hart is a pinch hitter, 1 for 3. Normally the everyday right fielder for Ron Roenicke and the Brewers.
Just off the inside corner. Perkins at 95 miles per hour. Just missed 1-1.
Yeah, Perkins had a chance to talk to Robbie Inspikowski. I believe that's the way you say his last name. I believe so. But Robbie, Perkins saying that hey, I'm healthy and my arm feels great. That's the key.
And I suppose if you're pitching in the 8th inning and you know you're not going to pitch in the 9th, you can let it fly, right?
Let it out. Whatever you've got. And we've seen that fastball 94, 95 miles an hour.
Breaking ball and a check swing called.
Good heartbreaking ball there at 82.
So they've established inside with Hart, just missing with the fastball inside. Let's see where they want to throw the pitch to try to get him out on 2-2. Breaking ball over the outside corner, and the pinch hitter strikes out, and Perkins gets the final out of the 8th.
Here at Target Field, we've got great continuing coverage coming your way. A special instruction, a lot of good stuff on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, featuring the Toyota post-game wrap. We're going to discuss the back-to-back blast by Danny Valencia, Michael Kadire, happened earlier in the ball game, plus a lot of hits in the 4th inning today. The art of stealing, it's going to be pretty cool instruction. We've got Davey Nelson and Bill Schroeder from the Fox Sports Wisconsin Milwaukee Brewers crew, and also Bert and Ron Coomer are going to be a part of that as well. Ron Gardenhire's post-game press conference, as usual. You will get that in its entirety as well, straight out of his office here at Target Field, largest crowd of the season. A great night for baseball, and Dick and Bert, I'll leave you to pronouncing my name instead of me trying to do it. Okay?
Well, if you have any problems,
the Twitterverse is having a field day with it.
Yeah.
Thanks,
if you have
Robbie.
any problems, Robbie, just remember it's pronounced just like it's spelled.
Like an eye chart, right?
Thank you, Robbie.
Well, here's Alexi Casilla against Takashi Saito.
Yeah, Saito, as we mentioned, he just activated off the disabled list. Made only 2 appearances for the Brewers so far this year. Signed as a free agent over the winter.
And Casilla bluffs a bunt, takes up high. Couple of hits, couple of runs scored for Casilla. He'll be followed by Mauer and Kadire. And we're right where we were last night in terms of the Twins leading by 3 runs. In the 8th inning last night, they scored another run, and that kept Matt Capps from entering the game. He's warming up as we speak. Foul back, 1-1.
Saito, 41 years old in his first season with the Brewers, signed by the Dodgers back in 2006 after pitching 14 seasons in Japan. Carlos Gomez in center field.
You saw the changes. We continue to show them to you for the Brewers, but the bottom line is Ryan Braun left the game after his ground ball in the 8th inning. And that's not an insignificant thing if the Brewers are down by 3 runs. And if they have any hope of rallying in the 9th, Ryan Braun's spot very likely would come up, but he's been taken out of the ball game for some reason.
Well, hopefully he's all right.
1-2 to Casilla. Popped up right side. Kotze near the bag. One away. And that'll bring up Mauer. Mauer has reached his last 2 times up, drew a walk and scored in the 4th, and then lined a single to left in the 5th. Over first strike. Mauer, the designated hitter tonight. And kind of an interesting, unusual sequence of games coming up for the Twins. A day game tomorrow, a day game Monday, and another day game on Wednesday. Which might allow him to get into a catching pattern of catching, say, 3 of the next 4 games and DHing the other game. So the hope is that Mauer will stay in the lineup in one capacity. And as we said before, there was some thought of giving him a start at first base here today before Luke Hughes pronounced himself fit and able to play. Mauer strikes out for the 2nd time in the game, 2 down.
Yeah, Saito, good hard breaking ball down and in. It picks up a strikeout. So the bullpen doing a good job. Marco Estrada. See that ball almost like a slider right there, down and in. Mauer swinging through it. Marco Estrada, 2 1/3 innings of shutout baseball. Saito trying to get through a shutout inning.
Here's Kadier. 2 for 3 with a walk and a home run. And he's looking for another one there. Saito left a pitch up. Michael tried to turn it around. 20 games below 500. They were 16.5 games out of first. And all the margins have been cut in half. And just when you think the Indians are going to fade out of contention, they get a nice little spurt put together. Oddly enough, in interleague play where they've had to play without Travis Hafner, and they've done really well. Capps preparing for what he hopes will be a save opportunity. Poke to center. Gomez ends the inning. 1-2-3 8th for Saito, and Matt Capps will hope to have a 1-2-3 night. Beautiful night here at Target Field. The Twins have had the lead all night long, and they take a 3-run lead to the top of the ninth.
Yeah, a couple guys in the middle of the lineup for the Twins, Michael Cuddyer and Danny Valencia, having very good nights at the plate. Valencia with 3 hits. He's driven in 3 runs. Cuddyer with a couple hits. He's driven in a couple runs. Carl Pavano looking to even his record at 6-6. If Matt Capps can pick up a save here, it would be his 14th of the year. Numbers on Capps, very, very good. The ERA, just a couple outings where he gave up some runs. 34 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts with 4 walks.
Yuniesky Betancourt will lead off the ninth. He'll be followed by Mark Kotsay and Jonathan Lucroy. Betancourt has swung early in the count throughout his career, and he checks his swing there. And they'll appeal, ball 1. Betancourt singled and scored the first Brewer run back in the 5th inning. Lifted foul into the seats, 1-1. Twins were limping through Milwaukee. Lost 3 games in what turned out to be a 6-game losing streak. Now they're hoping to extend Milwaukee's losing streak to 5. One and one to Betancourt. A liner to center to start the inning. So a leadoff single to the Brewers shortstop, and that'll bring up Kotsay.
Yeah, Betancourt gets his second hit of the ball game. And what we've seen with a win here today, who would have thought? You know, I mean, you look at April and May, the Twins were 5-16 at home. Well, with a win, they got a chance to get over 500 at home, but they still have been struggling a little bit on the road. So Twins hope to get back to the 500 mark by winning more games on the road and continue to win here at Target Field.
Well, now Kotsay, who singled his last time up, 1 for 3. Grounder to second, under the glove of Casilla, and the Brewers will get the tying run to the plate quickly here in the 9th inning. So Kotsay with a hot ground ball, and Casilla tried to knock it down but couldn't. And Betancourt goes all the way to third.
Yeah, Kotsay gets his second straight hit, both of them back up the middle. That two-seamer will get a ground ball, but this ground ball hit sharply past Casilla into center field. Defense will play back, looking for the double play ball.
Lucroy drove in a run with a single. Breaking ball shaves the outside corner. One strike to the Brewer catcher. Another breaking pitch away, 1-1. Lucroy drove in his 34th run of the year earlier tonight. 20 of his runs batted in came in the month of May. Caps would love to get another ground ball here, hit at somebody. Instead, a liner to right, and Cuddyer's got to play it on a hop, and the inning starts with 3 singles.
Well, right off the end of the bat, Lucroy picks up his second hit, his second RBI of the ball game. And Matt Capps, looking for a save, ends up giving up 3 straight singles. That breaking ball right off the end of the bat. Hit in front of Kadire.
Craig Counsell will hit. And remembering as Counsell hits in the number 9 spot, Brian Braun, for a yet to be unexplained reason, is out of the ball game. And Capps in search of an out. Counsell's 0 for 3, a strikeout and 2 ground balls.
Well, Twins thinking bunt right here. Danny Valencia is in on the grass. Luke Hughes a little front of first base.
Up and away, ball 1.
Counsell did not show bunt there.
Couple of singles for Counsell in his career against Capps in 6 at-bats.
Counsell does have 3 sacrifices on the year.
2-0.
Well, Rick Anderson's going to go out and try to say some encouraging words to Matt Capps to get it out. Fastball missing low.
And we've seen it ever since Capps came to the Twins about a year ago. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, it happens in a hurry against Capps. He's pitching to his 4th batter. He's fallen behind 2-0, and he's only thrown 9 pitches.
Yeah, he's a pitcher that attacks the strike zone. Not a lot of strikeouts for Matt Capps. See if he can get maybe a 2-seamer down and hopefully get a ground ball out.
Demontre and Nathan warming up to possibly back up Capps here, who's struggling in the 9th. Twins have had this game in hand for most of the night, but now the Brewers with a serious threat in the 9th. 2-0. Popped up. Infield fly rule will be called, and Nishioka squeezes it. What a big pitch there to get the first out of the inning. And why I don't understand. The Twins were expecting a bunt. There are a lot of reasons to expect Counsell to try to drop one down there.
Yeah, Counsell, he's been around the game a long time, and he got a pitch right there, but got underneath it and popped it straight up. So a big out for the Twins. Now Ricky Weeks up with 1 out. Still runners at first and second.
Weeks has grounded into 5 double plays this year. Fly ball right center field. Kadire has it measured. And that's out number 2. And throwing with that strong arm towards second base. We knew Kotsay would advance. Important for Kadire to throw it as quickly as he could to second to keep Lucroy from advancing. 2 down.
Well, jumping on that first pitch like a little cutter, and Weeks hitting it to Kadire out in right field for the second out.
Meeting on the mound with Nyjer Morgan due up. George Kataris is in the on-deck circle rather than Ryan Braun. So now the Brewer fans are standing hoping that Morgan can prolong the game.
Josh Wilson pinch running at first base for Lucroy.
And of course Twins fans are standing up anticipating the 3rd out. Morgan with a home run in the 6th and a triple in the 8th. A high fly to deep right field. Kadire back at the wall, leaps, can't make the play, and will tie the game. Morgan with his third extra base hit. A home run in the sixth, a triple in the eighth, and a clutch double here in the ninth.
Well, Morgan jumped on that first fastball. Kadire went back right to the wall. And see Kadire go back, leaps right there. Ball just looks like it's over his glove.
He didn't quite get to the wall.
Yep.
So we are tied at 7, and Kataris is hitting in what was Ryan Braun's spot. And the go-ahead run is at second with 2 away. A high fly to deep right, but it's foul. A stirring rally for the Brewers. 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th, and 3 so far here in the 9th. Four hits in the inning against Caps. He's facing his 7th batter, and this will be his 14th pitch of the inning. On the outside corner, 0-2.
Well, everybody knows he throws strikes. That's a perfect pitch right there. He has not made many of those in this inning.
Two strikes. And Butera can't hang on. The at-bat's still alive. Kataris caught one of the games in Milwaukee last weekend.
1 for 1 as a pinch hitter for Ron Roenicke.
Any hit to the outfield would score Morgan, who's among the fastest in the league. Two strikes to Kataris. Just inside, 1-2. Caps averaging less than an inning or a hit per inning pitch, but 4 hits here in the 9th by the Brewers. Base hit center field, and the Brewers take the lead. 5 hits and 4 runs for Milwaukee, and they lead it 8-7.
What an incredible comeback by the Milwaukee Brewers. Elijah Morgan getting mobbed by his teammates in the dugout.
What a destructive game he's had for the Twins. A home run, a triple, and a big 2-run double, and now he's scored the go-ahead run.
A closer's nightmare, what Matt Capps has just seen.
And the Brewers erupt. Capps got Counsell on a 2-0 pitch to pop up. Weeks to hit a fly ball, and he was one good pitch from getting out of it, and instead 2 more Brewer hits bring Dumatre into the game. had an impact in the season series against the Twins. Carlos Gomez with a couple of home runs, and tonight Nyjer Morgan has absolutely stolen the show.
A 2-run home run off of Pavano, then a triple off of Pavano in the 8th, and then here in the 9th inning, a big 2-run double that tied the game, and then he just scored the go-ahead run right now.
Phil Dumatre comes in. Matt Capps is able to retire 2 of the 7 men he faced.
Dumatre making his 15th appearance. They say that Ryan Braun left the game with a left calf strain.
Okay. And 1 pitch too late. Here's the 3rd out at the top of the 9th. Now the Twins have to find a way to come back. Danny Valencia will lead off the bottom of the 9th. A member of the Brewers early in spring training. They picked him up late, and he's had a tremendous impact in reversing this game. Twins had a 7-0 lead, and now the Brewers have a 1-run lead.
On the 9th inning, Matt Capps, you think you got your closer, Ron Gardenhire, Rick Anderson doing everything right, but there's the RBI single by Lucroy, and then Morgan with 2 outs. The 2-run double tied the game, and then he scored. As Kotaras gets that RBI single to give the Brewers an 8-7 lead.
Well, John Axford, who was warming up while all that was going on, has suddenly been presented with a save situation. The Twins have Valencia, Hughes, and Repko due up, but remember that Jim Thome is available on the bench someplace and might be in the cage right now getting loose.
Axford, the closer for the Milwaukee Brewers, making his 38th relief appearance, 20 saves on the year. 36 in the 3rd innings, 32 hits allowed, 16 walks, 1 intentional, but 47 strikeouts.
Valencia with 3 run-producing hits tonight. Fouls the first pitch back. Twins saw Axford, too much of him actually, last weekend in Milwaukee. Valencia had an at-bat against him. 1 strike. To the backstop. 1-1.
Well, Danny Valencia in his 2nd at-bat after following Michael Kadyr's home run on the next pitch delivered a solo home run, his 9th of the year. 3 hits. He's driven in 3 runs. He scored a couple runs, Danny Valencia.
Saw the numbers on Axford. Just 1 home run allowed in 36 in the 3rd innings. A lot of strikeouts. 1-1 to Valencia. Swings over the breaking ball. 1-2.
They got a nasty curveball straight over the top. Josh Wilson at first base. Marcotte goes from right to left. Morgan, who was in center, moved over to left when Gomez came in. Kottaras now catching.
2-2. Brewers have 44 wins, and as you saw, Axford has saved 20 of them. Two and two to Valencia. Crack foul. A lot of great comebacks for each team in this interleague series. And one of the more abrupt ones pulled off by the Brewers here in the top of the ninth. See if the Twins have a comeback of their own. Foul tip. And Valencia is still alive. Trying to get aboard. The Brewer leadoff batter got aboard in the top of this inning. Betancourt with a solid single to center. And Valencia would take that right here against Big John Axford. Curve left up high, 3-2. With Hughes on deck.
We've seen that curveball from time to time kind of lock up Valencia. He kind of backed off a little bit, but the breaking ball was up.
Full count to Valencia. Fly ball center field, hit right at Morgan, who's out there now. One down. So Valencia retired, and that'll bring up Hughes. Hughes with a pair of singles, including an RBI single in the fourth, and the Twins built their 7-0 lead. Landed 5 feet in front of the plate, ball one. Repko is on the on-deck circle. But we suspect somewhere getting loose is Jim Thome. Two and 0. We saw Axford's numbers, 16 walks in 36 in the third inning. A little high for a closer, and now Thome's taken over in the on-deck circle. Three and 0.
Well, Luke Hughes should be taking a pitch right here, make him throw a strike.
To Hughes. And Anthony's a strike. Power fastball, mid-90, and a swing and a miss to fill the count.
Be ready. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes right back with that 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Full count to Luke Hughes. On the outside corner, 2 down.
Well, I got the other fastball. This one just down in the strike zone for strike 3. So Axford, who fell behind 3-0, came right back and struck out Luke Hughes.
Jim Thome will hope to do here in the ninth what he did last night in the first.
Out of a 3-run home run in the first inning, that gave the Twins an early 3-1 lead. Jim Thome's 5th home run of the year, his 294th.
Thome's faced Axford once. He's been retired once and walked once. Rich Kranitz, the pitching coach, coming out. Rene Tassoni has come out onto the on-deck circle. If Thome prolongs the game, Tassoni will hit for Butera. So not the Brewers. The Twins are down to the last out here in the ninth. Foul back. An exaggerated shift on for Thome.
You know, Gallardo yesterday left one pitch outside and he hit the 3-run home run. Other than that, they really went in hard on Jim Thome. And that first pitch was supposed to be a fastball middle in. Gutierrez, the catcher, watch him move again, inner half of the plate.
1-1. And they had success with that last night because they struck him out the last 3 times, working him over inside. 1-1 to Thome. 2-1.
Three straight fastballs. One fouled off, 2 high inside. Power against power right there. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Jim swung right through it.
And the Twins are down to their last strike. Lifted foul into the seats. Stunned expressions on players and fans alike. Thome trying to keep this game alive. 2-2. Full count with Rene Tassoni on deck.
First breaking ball he tried to throw right there to Jim Thome, and Jim took it down and in.
Three and 2 to Jim Thome. Got him with a high fastball. And Axford finishes off a stirring comeback by the Milwaukee Brewers.
Unbelievable. Twins had a 7-0 lead. They lose 8-7.
And the guy in the middle of it wasn't even a member of the team early in spring training. A rising fastball. Thome couldn't turn it around. And this series, Kevin Gorg is tied at a game apiece when we thought the Twins were on the verge of winning this series in game 2.
An amazing game, the largest crowd ever for a regular season game at Target Field sees the Brewers rally. We'll break it down on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. We'll hear from Ron Gardenhire. We'll show you back-to-back blasts by the Twins, and we'll show you how the Brewers won the game.